everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new to baking and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, don't worry, I've got you covered. Today I'm sharing my go-to baking essentials for beginners. These tools are super practical, affordable, and will help you throughout your baking. Plus, I'll be sharing a bit about how I use these tools in my own baking adventure. Let's stir things up and dive right into the essentials. Alright, let's get started with mixing tools. First up, a good whisk. It's a must-have for combining ingredients. I love using it to whip up batters when our recipe calls for eggs and oil to be whisked together. It's also great for mixing dry ingredients when I skip the sifter. It's super efficient and it makes cleanup easier. Then there's a silicone spatula. It's honestly one of my favorites because it's great for scraping every little bit of batter from the bowl and for gently folding ingredients together. And speaking of bowls, you'll want at least 3 different sizes: small, medium, and large. Trust me, they'll cover all of your baking needs. Next up, measuring tools. Precision is everything in baking, so a good set of measuring cups and spoons is essential. You'll also want a liquid measuring cup for wet ingredients. And here's a tip. When you're measuring flour, make sure to level it off with a straight edge for perfect accuracy. If you're unsure on how to do this, I do have a video showing you exactly how to measure flour properly. It's such a game changer. Another thing to look for in measuring cups is that the measurements are etched into the cup itself so they don't rub off over time. I also prefer measuring cups where the handle isn't separate from the actual cup portion. It's sturdier and lasts longer that way. For electric tools, a hand mixer is a total lifesaver. It's perfect for whipping cream, beating eggs, or mixing batters. Basically, all of the fun stuff. Let me tell you about the one time I tried to manually whisk cream cheese for a recipe because I didn't have my hand mixer. It was a workout. Safe to say, I appreciate my hand mixer so much more now. It's definitely one of my most used tools and probably the one that gets the most flour on it. Now let's talk baking basics. You'll need baking trays, and parchment paper is a must for non-stick baking. But if you want to be more eco-friendly, silicone baking mats are amazing. They're reusable and make cleanup so easy. Another essential, baking cups. I actually started baking cupcakes before I ever made cookies, so having cupcake pans and liners is a must for me. One tip I've learned is to look for cupcake pans with handles on the side. It makes it so much easier to take them out of the oven without accidentally bumping the cupcakes with the oven mitts. A fine mesh sieve or a sifter is another must-have. It's great for getting rid of lumps in your dry ingredients and for dusting powdered sugar on desserts. So fancy, right? And there you have it, my top baking essentials for beginners. I hope this helps you feel ready to take on your next baking project. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more baking tips and recipes. I'd love to hear in the comments which tools you already have or are planning to add to your collection. Happy baking, and I'll see you in the next video.